I love that in any Star Wars argument. You can just be like, Pablo Doggo tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And like,
it's canon.
you can just lie and just say that, and no one's gonna like dig through his Twitter history.
Pablo Doggo's Twitter is new canon.
I'm gonna talk about Kylo Ren.
Ooh.
I know before I said some mean things about Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take that all back.
You said that he was a jerk.
It did.
You said he was irredeemable.
I did.
You said that he was way worse than Darth Vader.
That's because I was hiding my Kylux shipping obsession. And this is where we're getting into, possibly my ideas.
Uh-oh. You got these theories too? We've been making all these videos about how everyone has terrible, terrible theories, and you're going to throw some theories out there?
I am.
All right.
My fan theories don't suck.
Oh.
When Kylo bled his crystal, we know it broke. That is, talked about in the visual dictionary, that is canon. If you take everything that I just ranted about like a crazy person about kyber crystals, we know his crystal is alive, we know that his crystal chose him, we know that to bleed a crystal is corrupting it, and they don't particularly like that. I think his crystal was kind of like, dude, let's not do this evil shit. Let's live up to, our legacy. Let's not turn to the dark side. I think his crystal was begging with him to not be evil. Also, I think it's interesting that it adds some information, just a little bit, about what Ben's fall to the dark side was like. Because in the Force vision Rey sees Kylo Ren standing amongst those child-sized lumps on the ground in the rain. He has his red lightsaber. He took the time to bleed his crystal before he turned on the Jedi. Anakin didn't take that time. Anakin murders Mace Windu, you're now Darth Vader, and then he just went and wiped out the Jedi. Kylo Ren had to have been interacting with Snoke and learning how to do something like bleeding the lightsaber crystal. That shows way more premeditation to what he did. I think makes it more sad. He corrupted his crystal broke, didn't want to turn to the dark side, even though Ben so desperately wants to be this evil figure, and everything in his life is telling him not to. His dad's begging with him not to. His mom is brokenhearted. His lightsaber crystal is begging him not to. I imagine Anakin's ghost is begging him not to, and he does it anyway. Yeah, it's sad stuff. Ben Solo's real tragic.
And I gotta think, now here's my theory.
Alright.
Here's my theory. I gotta think. Ben Solo corrupts the crystal, breaks the crystal, and it's corrupted. And he's got his wonky lightsaber that's all staticky and gross.
Yeah, that is why his lightsaber is all weird, is because of the broken crystal.
He has put this crystal through the ringer.
Yeah.
This crystal has yielded to the dark side. I gotta think that when the redemption of Kylo Ren eventually comes around, and he's willing to go back, and he's wanting his lightsaber to not be corrupted anymore, I feel like the lightsaber's not gonna just like give up the goat at that point. Maybe there's some kind of arc in the Star Wars universe where he wants to go to the good side, but his lightsaber that contains a sentient life form that is channeling the Force is just like, nah, you did this, homie. Like this is on you.
That would be crazy.
This was your choice. If what you're saying is true, and your theory is true, that Ben Solo's kyber crystal pleaded with him to not go through this process. Like, I can't imagine it's you flip a switch and it's like, all right, we're good again. That's a relationship that's been
this
damaged.
is the whole like balance of the Force thing that I've ranted about before. That balance of the Force is not equal-sided lights and dark. Balance of the Force is the light. The dark side is a corruption of the Force, where crystals don't want to be used to hurt and kill because the living Force is all about light. I think Ben's crystals want to be pure again, and they don't like what he's doing. It's going to be really interesting to see. I'm real curious about, I think, more of like seeing more of his fall. We've seen little tiny hints in Bloodlines. Just want to know more. I want to know how Snoke corrupted Ben. I want to know, like, how long was he talking to Snoke before he turned? Like, he took the time to bleed his crystals and make a new lightsaber before he turned on the Jedi. Was that months? Was that years? Was he pretending to go to Uncle Luke's Jedi Academy while the entire time secretly practicing the dark arts with Snoke on the side? And did he just have this undercover persona? Like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
We know that he was good at least 5 years before Force Awakens. Bloodlines takes place 5 years before Force Awakens.
But was he good,
Was
or was
Snoke
he undercover?
Well, he didn't know. Oh, spoilers for Bloodlines.
Ah.
Spoilers. He did not know that Anakin was Darth Vader.
Really?
5 years before Force Awakens, and that was a huge contributing factor to him turning to the dark
I
side.
guess only 3 people would have
And they
officially
agreed
knew.
not to say anything.
Oh.
And then Bloodlines is like the news leaking. Ben hears about it not from Mom. Luke forgave Anakin. Leia never did. If you're young Ben Solo and you're going to Uncle Luke's Jedi Academy, Uncle Luke is just telling you stories about your grandpa that Mom never told you. Yeah, he was this great hero in the Clone Wars. He was this awesome starfighter pilot, and Luke only tells you the good stuff. And you're really curious why Mom and Dad never talk about Grandpa. You end up idolizing him because, like, oh, well, Uncle Luke will tell me about him, but Mom never will. And then all of a sudden, it turns out that he was the most hated figure in the galaxy because Palpatine didn't really do much. He was kind of a recluse as Emperor. Vader was the face of the regime. Vader was the most hated person in the Empire. And all of a sudden reporters are hounding you and the galaxy is questioning whether or not Luke is evil and if Leia is evil. And the spotlight is put on young Ben Solo, and then all of a sudden Snoke comes over and he's like, yeah, Darth Vader was the bomb.com. And he starts twisting your mind a little bit. Yeah, poor Ben. That's us ranting about Kylo Ren. That's a little bit more of his backstory that if you're not reading all of the novels, like My Poor Obsessed Soul, then maybe that's some stuff you haven't heard yet about what he's going through. Let us know what you think about the crystal thing. Does it mean anything? Is this just me connecting dots that the story group didn't intend to be connected? Guys, let us know what you think. Am I crazy?
I mean, we know he's crazy, but is he wrong?
Like, comment, subscribe.
And remember,
Greats are great
because they pain a lot.
Like Sabine.
Sabine had nothing to do with this video.
It's a Star Wars video.